Mets play. I gotta tell you some shit, cause it's just me and you. I wake up, see the Hollywood sign, I got a scenic view. I'm so high up, people little like Beatles do. Every damn morning, me and Jesus playing peekaboo. Peekaboo, I'm really that, I don't care if they don't get the hype. Peekaboo got that number one spot that they can never swipe. Bitches competing for number two and they got every right. And in my Babs Bunny voice, let them fight.
Yeah.
They see the shirt.
Oh, okay.
Talk different.
You okay?
Talk different,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Gutter City.
Yeah. You already know what it's hitting for. If you didn't know, it's your man Vada Fly. Tell your mama I said hi. I got my guy with me.
Showtime SP to nobody that knows bodies. Bow! My brother. How you been, man?
You know, it's all good. I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? Keep the game strictly. Miami Heat down by 50 right now.
Ooh.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Miami lost 138 to 80.
Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. Same thing.
Nigga, what the fuck is this?
My bad.
In an elimination game, they getting swept right now.
I'm about to say that sounds like the sound of a whisk of a broom. That's a.
Get the broom. Get him
broom.
out of here. Miami is done.
Yeah, Miami.
What's poppin' though, man? It's your man Vada Fly. Tell you, mama, I said hi. I feel good today. What's up, man?
I can't complain. Bam. Hey, Bam out of bio. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up with that contract, fam? You know what I'm saying? Sixers could use you. We definitely take that off your hands. We trust the process over here. We go ahead and deliver that process over there. I'll take a Bam. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here just giving all types of free agencies and all types of trade talks for whatever teams. And I'm all about teams making the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about being a favor of a team, and then when it's, opportunities that present themselves, I like to salute those teams. Teams that I shall salute is the Cleveland Browns. Not the New York Giants. Vada. My brother, I've for the past couple of weeks, for the past couple of months, you know what I'm saying, you've been talking about it, you've been campaigning, you was out here rocking it, you was saying it's a surefire bet, sure shot. Shadour Sanders is coming to New York. And that is not what's happening here. What you was there. You was there. You was ready to take the award for Shadour. You know what I'm saying? You was going to say, on behalf of the Sanders family and Vada Fly, we accept this award. We're going to make some work happen. But who did y'all get? A lineman.
We got Abdul Carter, first of all. He was the best player in the draft. That's first and foremost. He really is. He's really crazy, right? So he's from Philly, too. Shout out to Abdul. You know what I'm saying? Y'all owe us one. You got one, y'all owe us one. You know what I'm saying? Saquon was at the White House today. I don't really know what's up with that, but that's another story. But as far as Shadour Sanders went, what had happened was, his stock started to fall. You know what I'm saying? And what the reports are coming out now. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't involved with it. But they said he didn't do good in meetings, you know what I'm saying? Like because when you go to a lot of teams, they do interviews with you. And they'll ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? We're going to draw up a play. We're going to do this. So they'll give you some plays. Like, let's say, for instance, like if I know I'm going to meet up with SP tomorrow and we're going to talk about it, I give you some plays, and then the next day we got to come in and discuss the plays, you know what I'm saying? They said he came into me and he wanted to prepare shit, you know what I'm saying?
Was there any breaking news?
Right.
Nothing breaking, but I'm starting. I read a couple people are like, Shadour is in play at number 3. Shadour's not in play at 3. Shadour's not in play with the New York Giants, as far as I'm told. Shadour didn't have a great interview with Brian Daboll in a private visit. An install package came in. The preparation wasn't there for it. Got called out on it. Didn't like that. Brian didn't appreciate him not liking it. I've said this before, and it started at the Combine, and a couple days after the Combine, I don't like saying report. Like, we don't report anything. I shared information that I got that I know if I'm getting it, that information people that are in this business that are really great at their job and talking to a lot of the same people I'm talking to, and probably more. I know more. I was surprised it wasn't being talked about. That Shadour Sanders, I told you, if you've been following the show from the beginning, I told you there were 2 personnel people that I spoke to who were in the room during interviews, which means they're key parts of the organization. Let's leave it at that. 2 teams drafting in the top 10 with quarterback needs where the interviews did not go well.
They coming up in that bitch like that. Prepare for what? You know what I'm saying? And then before the draft even started, him and his pops was like, yo, we gonna go to certain teams. There's certain teams we don't play. They ain't fucking with that. NFL ain't feel because the NFL teams interviewing you is almost like a job interview. And if I'm interviewing SP, but you interview for a job over there, and they know that you bullshitted the interview, they tell me, why am I gonna hire? So, and then the last part about it is he's a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like his name, his brand is a big brand. So when you go into a process and NFL teams, they want like the backup quarterback because there was a lot of teams wasn't looking for Shadour to be a starter. So when you got Jalen Hurts, right? If you bring in a backup quarterback, you just want the motherfucker to blend in. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look on the bench and everybody's looking at him. Like if Jalen Hurts throws an interception, not him, but like if another quarterback, they're gonna be looking like, well, we want him. They want to see the other guy. So and it causes drama. You know what I'm saying? Like because every day that they losing or they're not doing good, teams are gonna want to see the other guy. So for New York, this is when I got off the Shadour thing. I know how New York's media is. That shit would have been horrible. You know how New York is. Like, bro, that motherfucking media would have tore that shit apart, especially if he's not playing good. He throws 3 interceptions, or Dion get involved, he start talking. It's like, bro, I'm happy he's in Cleveland, but I don't like the way Cleveland did him either. They passed over the nigga 3-4 times, then drafted him. Like, it was bad, bro. They you know what they said? They did this shit to try to humble him because they said he's confident, he got an ego and shit like that. But as a quarterback, you're not supposed to feel like you can win. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
So everything that you just said, he didn't do well in the interviews. He has a high level brand. The negotiations with him and his dad, it may come off brash. It seems like it seems like they're talking about Shadour Sanders as the person. Just got a question here. Just a question.
I know what you're gonna ask. What does it have?
What that got to do with him as a quarterback? Like, did he do good in the combines?
He didn't do it. That's the reason. That's another problem.
Okay, now that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. So
the thing is, like, when you go into the NFL, right? And I was explaining real quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get all it. We ain't spoken a week. Like, get this information.
Yeah.
When you go into the NFL,
we talking.
Right,
they just here.
We're here. When you go to the combine, like if you're a quarterback, like some quarterbacks go to the combine, they throw, they run, all of that stuff. Then they have what's called the Senior Bowl, where all the seniors get together and they play against each other, and all of the GMs and everybody goes there, right?
Okay.
Certain people don't play in it. Like Caleb Williams last year, he was a superstar. He didn't have to play in it. Jaden Daniels didn't play in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shadour was carrying himself like he was one of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't need to do it because the best quarterback in the class was Cam Ward. He's the one that went to the Titans.
And obviously he
didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So he's hanging out with Cam Ward. They shooting videos and shit together. He's feeling like he's above the process, and all of the teams are looking like, yo, he's the #1 pick. Not you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then as the draft started getting closer, his stock started falling. He went from like the #2 to #3, then they started talking about him going #9. Then the latest I had heard was #21. Then when #21 came, they ain't draft him either. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then when you see him fall out of the first round, the Giants get to the end of the first round, they trade back up to go get Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, who's cool too. But the thing is about what teams is.
He's a quarterback, right?
He's a quarterback.
Okay.
Well, this is what the teams do.
That's what y'all need.
Right. What the teams do, and he's developing, he ain't there yet. He got to learn and grow, but what the teams do, they don't want distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like if my couch is yellow, nobody wants a green pillow on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that everything would kind of blend. So when you have someone there who has a big brand and is in New York, it's tough because you know that he wants to play. They're gonna be asking Dion whenever he's so when's Shadour gonna be playing? And it's like nah. And what happens is once one GM passes on you, the next one does. Then the next one does. And that's why he went from like number 5, 10, 15 to all the way to number 144. But they selling his jersey. He's gonna be making money. And, he's living his dream. But it's a good. You know what the best part about this is? Even though they fucked him over, did him dirty, passed over him. If he turns out to be remotely successful, this will be the best part of his movie.
Hey, listen, and you could say the same thing. Now I'm not comparing him to him, but I'm just saying he damn sure ain't in that realm or in that talks yet. But didn't Tom Brady get drafted in the 5th round?
Yeah, 6th round. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely.
So it's like this is that chip on your shoulder
forever,
that you kind of need. So literally now, anytime you step on the field,
you got beef with everybody.
Yeah,
everybody passed.
I'm making a 60-yard field goal, or I'm a hit a rush or something. You know what I'm saying? Show them why
everybody passed.
You get what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be it would be even worse because let's just say them 2 years is up. And every time that he got on that, every time Shadour got on that field and he actually put in work, or he took the Cleveland Browns to the damn playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. It could be rocking.
Listen, we talk about the Washington. I need 2 of those. I need 2 of them. And if y'all not paying, whoever else is gonna pay.
Right, but shout out to them. Let's get to it, man. So you got
Barkley.
That was crazy. He went to the White House, man. They going crazy on him for that. You know what I'm saying? You know the Philly. You know you got the real Muslims, the Aki. You know what I'm saying? The Pan Africans, the Dr. Umar.
No Bunny Crisis self-therapy manual for black male beta coons coming to you. Free yourself from the mayonnaise, from the white cookies, the white rice, the white flour, the white sugar, the white yeast. Brothers, we will free you from the Snow Bunny crisis.
In Philly, when you can't get far down that line,
they was definitely gonna be some way.
To be fair, and I don't even need to be fair, but I'm just saying once, I'm always on the side of I love my black queens, and I'm always gonna go for the black women on the black woman's side all day. But I'm also full of I like what like me. And Saquon was not, you ain't see Saquon in the hood like that. He was in the burbs, you know what I'm saying? He went to the prep schools and all of that.
Penn State.
You know what I'm saying? Penn State, listen.
That's as prep as you get.
Penn State, the majority is very much white. It is a PWI, predominantly white institute. But when now I can understand if Saquon went to HBCU, he went to, if he went to Morgan, or you know what I'm saying, he went to Del State or Howard and he still got out there, he wanted the Snow Bunnies. All right, we got some questions to ask. What you mean? The whole thing is, I'm not cool with. Now I get it. If my team won the Super Bowl, you get to win the opportunity to meet the president. But in my mind, I want to meet Barack Obama. I thought it was I get to meet my president, like not the president of the United States. I thought I get to pick whoever president I want to shake hands with.
No, it's usually the one that's sitting in the White House. But he said that in the tweet or whatever the case may be. And I don't get too deep into politics. It's not really my thing. But he said that he met with Obama a couple weeks before. But it is what it is. Let's get to the battle rap. What up, man? Look,
I've been sitting patiently. You know what I'm saying? I think we all died down. I don't know if I should say that I'm disappointed or disgusted with battle rap just yet, but I'm just saying, the battle event of the year was literally a week and a half ago, like almost 2 weeks ago. And we not talking about those type of battles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jazz vs. Hollow is on YouTube right now. Daylight vs. Rum Nitty is on YouTube right now. Hitman and Hustle is on YouTube right now. We about to start doing segments every week now. It's going to be like, what battle did you watch this week? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start messing around with that. But because I didn't watch nothing. I didn't watch it.
Well, I ain't watched nothing.
We're going to start next week. You know what I'm saying?
What I was going to ask was, what do you think the reason is that people are not are not gravitating? Because everybody keeps talking about they want YouTube, then battles get released, and it's like, are they supporting them? Are they watching them? Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. I'd
like to think that YouTube is still getting the numbers. I just feel as though that I from what I'm understanding, and you would answer this question more than most, is I'm hearing that because there's more restrictions and more issues with monetization.
They'll clip you quick.
You know what I'm saying? So it might not be too lucrative for a battle to go. You know what I'm saying? But you can always, put all them ads and everything in the first 5 minutes, and then you can drop the battle. Or, I don't know how that goes, but because
it depends on the content. Because a lot of time we say, they'll could clip it for whatever reason, and we've had really good joints that we be like, oh, this is crazy, and it gets clipped. But you be used to it, so it's not really. But with battles, it's different. We can make another blog tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? A blog ain't about nothing. But when you're releasing a battle that's gonna do 500,000 or 1 million views,
and it gets demonetized,
now you damn near doing it for free. So it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? The way that's why some of these joints, they often be having super long trailers in the front to try to drown out all of the repetitive content that could be
I get
demonetized.
That. I mean, another reason being is that YouTube has still been the overarching general population.
Absolutely.
YouTube is Gen Pop. You kind of, for those people who are absolute stars, they need to survive in Gen Pop. in order to stay relevant. If you are on
Absolutely.
an app, or if you're locked to some type of paywall, or if they're, like, hey, there's a reason why certain OnlyFans, they be having the free subscription versus the ones who never have any free subscription.
I don't know anything about anything.
I be doing a lot of research purposes.
Okay,
I'm just saying,
I'm good.
I'm
We gotta have a resident research.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
There's
what I'm
all
saying?
for research
definitely
purposes.
worth it.
But there's a reason too that that exclusive is. It feels good to feel exclusive, but for most people, and in battle rap, you can't really be too exclusive. You kind of gotta be out there in the open on YouTube, because for the most part, a lot of their catalogs, a lot of these rappers' catalogs are going to be on YouTube. It's the gen pop. But because of the fact that these events that have happened, and a lot of these battles that have went down, some battles don't go on YouTube, some battles get put behind a paywall, or some battles just don't come out. Or they wait for a year and a half and then release it street status.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got those type of situations, and you got those type of problems where YouTube helps the general population because we want to see the battle, but does it actually help the battler or the league? That's something we don't really know.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I don't know everything, but I know enough. You know what I'm saying? So when I see a lot of what's going on nowadays with a lot of the battles, it'd be the same battlers every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they battle in a way more congested time frame. So as a marketer, you know what I'm saying? If I see a billboard to a restaurant on the highway one time, you know what I'm saying? It might be something that stands out a little bit. That may be something that catches my eye. But if I see a McDonald's billboard, how many McDonald's billboards am I going to see while I'm driving?
They're going to tell you how many exits.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the prime example. Like, if I see enough McDonald's signs, I'm going to be used to seeing the signs. And as far as, the conversation goes, it was today. What had happened was, this is how we even got to this point about exclusivity battles, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. It was a post that was put up today, you know what I'm saying, it asked about Eazy the Block Captain, shout out KO, MBS, et cetera, everything that they got going on. But he asked a good question, and I'm pulling it up right now, and it says, it's been 3 years since Eazy made the huge decision to leave URL. Looking back on it now, do you think he made the right decision? And this post has 42,000 views or impressions or whatever the case may be. So it caused a good conversation, and you know what I'm saying, got a bunch of likes, and I'm sure there's a bunch of comments here. But I don't want to read or like go through like what they're saying. I want your opinion, you know what I'm saying? And when I saw it, I didn't even read them because I don't want to have what I think about his exit and you know what I'm saying, situation now. So I was like, let's just have a conversation. But I'm gonna throw the ball in your court first because Philly is home.
Well, the way that it goes for Eazy the Block Captain was indeed not necessarily the cheat code, but he figured out the system and realized that system was either rigged or just not working for him.
Flawed.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's flawed. That's a good way of putting it. So because you figured out that this system is flawed in your nature, you decide to go outwards and you decide to go outside. Now, for most people that decide to do the same thing, it don't work out that way. So that's why it's always, frowned upon if you want to leave, because, everybody's eating over here at the Carter. Why you want to go over there with the Jump Out Boys? You know what I'm saying? But the Jump Out Boys is individually making their own money, whereas you got to deliver all your bread back to the Carter and it goes all the way up to the top. You get what I'm saying? Eazy necessarily wanted a bigger cut. Not necessarily like, off of him, but, it is his name, it's his bars, it's things like that he wants to have a little bit more control of versus getting fed in a form or fashion. Now, granted, he also was put in a position where, his management, at one point in time was his management, and then his management became a business partner. So once you do those two things, you are now giving yourself those opportunities, and you got a better back it. He had more of a battery in his back to leave than a lot of these other battlers. So yes, it is very lucrative for Eazy the Block Captain because of what he did in his run there. And he left at the right time, caused the controversy. Once that first event, once he did his solo event, I'm sorry. The trajectory went as soon as he did the Exile, his first battle outside of the URL. He was supposed to lose that battle, get that smack on the ass, and he would go back to URL, come crawling back. That's not what happened. He didn't lose to Hitman, so they kept the ball rolling. Say, all right, well, you see what you could do right here. We can see what you could do. All right, well, let's make it a home battle. Let's give you Reed Dollars, or let's give you Disaster. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that where it's like on his own merit, on his own terms, or however he negotiated these battles, he was supposed to show up and lose these battles. Didn't happen versus Diz. Didn't happen versus Reed. It only comes into play when the Geechee Gotti battle comes into play, and when the John battle comes into play, or when the Charlie Clips battles come into play, because he was getting his behind whooped. Problem was, he had already got enough traction and enough recognition and love one way that now he kind of can't fold, and he won't fold when he's outside of the, I don't want to keep saying his favorite word, but the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, or the system. Once you find out that the system is flawed and you can make it out of the system and make it your own way and do it your own way, very few people can do it, but Eazy the Block Captain has been one of those guys to do it. That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. For him, no. I can name a bunch of other people that need to stay in the system.
To go back, you know what I mean, because this is like in a vacuum, but here's the deal. I look at it from a perspective of, I've always been one that advocates for artists to do their own thing, to have their own YouTube channels, to fucking push their own products and brands, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm all the time, I'm nothing but a nigga with a camera that just stay consistent with it, and now I'm here 30, 40, 50 million views later with you, you know, and we're pretty good at what we do, right? So, all right, so check this out, right? I've seen artists that have gone along to get along, you know what I'm saying? They just, you know, when I'm on a card, I'm cool. If I'm not on a card, I'm cool. But the economy has changed. So that's why you see artists getting booked. You can spend $1,000 like $100 nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way you spend $1,000 quickly now, you spend it in one day. You do this, get your car fixed, pay this, that, money gone. You see what I'm saying? They be needing money, so they be getting booked. When it comes to the artists like that are on the app, they can't gain the amount of success that the ones that aren't on it are, because they don't have a way to continue to build and project their brands. You know what I'm saying? They're not out there. Well, now they are, because URL ain't really throwing events. They was able to hold people feet to the fire before because they was throwing events. When you're not throwing events, you can't tell people, yo, I ain't got events, and you can't go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So you see how that shit kind of died down, like the whole contract and all of that shit died down once they not booking battles.
Absolutely.
But I want to skip back to what I was saying, right? So he's just in an advantageous position because he came in, he was battling in the tournament, you know what I'm saying? He didn't win the tournament, but he made one of the biggest impressions in that tournament. Sometimes the impression that you make is bigger than the situation. You know what I'm saying? So that leads back to what we were saying in the first conversation that we were having about Shadour Sanders. You walk into a meeting, let's say you walk into a meeting, you got headphones hanging out. Let's say, you know what I'm saying? Anything that I could take from you that he's not doing, negative, you know what I'm saying? So let's say I got somebody that comes in, they're grateful to be here, you know they broke as shit, they ain't got no money, so they're happy to be here, everything is yes sir, no sir, I read the plays, this is how you break it down. If y'all two are even anywhere close in talent, you might even be a little better. Who am I going to take a chance on? The guy that's going to run through the wall like the Kool-Aid man, or the motherfucker that's pulling up in a Rolls Royce? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where you see the division at. So when you asked me in the beginning, was I mad? I'm not mad he's not there, because I don't want to deal with the headache. But let's get back to this. So he's been in an advantageous position. He grew quickly. He blew up. You know what I'm saying? He was winning battles. Battle rap needed a spark. They had a bunch of people that was around at the time that was in that young groove position, the Chesses of the world, this person of the world, that, and they just was not taking it to that next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love the way a lot of these niggas rap. The Lou Castros, the Ride, all these niggas that was around at the time, they needed somebody that was going to make it to that Summer Madness stage after Geechee Gotti did. Because it's an algorithm and it's an ecosystem. One person comes through, they get big, they make it to the next level, the next person. Boom, you keep on going. Right?
Yeah.
After Twerk, who was kind of like rise and fall, you know what I'm saying? He never even took it to he had spurts. Like he had a year. The year that we brought him on TV, he did the whole year and won every battle.
Yep.
But since like different positions and different spots, it's not about him right now. Shout out to him. Eazy was one of the first artists, and when Caffeine needed a spark, Surf was about to get locked. Surf did get locked up, you know what I'm saying? They needed a spark. Surf was the nigga. He was in the spotlight. He was sitting around. He was getting all the fucking interview. He was doing his shit. Drake was coming up there for the nigga. When he left, the money didn't leave.
Nope.
They needed somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the niggas that was around was just that. The niggas that was around. You know what I'm saying? They need a spark. So Eazy, you know how much of a spark this nigga was? And this is without removing any negativity, all the situations happened. That's before all that shit. They was gonna get this nigga murdered, Mook.
Yeah.
On a whim.
After
and Mook didn't take the battle because he felt like Eazy had too much time to prepare, allegedly.
Yeah.
What I heard. Like, Mook type of nigga, allegedly. You know, niggas getting emotional by this nigga. That if he find out that you knew about the battle a day before him, he don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna feel like you gotta compare. That's what I heard.
It was supposed to be, because I do recall around that time.
Mook came out about that shit.
Mook was supposed to battle
Briz.
No, he was supposed to battle Briz.
And Briz wouldn't do the battle.
He had remember Mook was on the phone talking about he had a couple lines for Briz.
Yeah.
And then they was like, well, that's canceled. So then the next talk was Mook and Eazy.
He was gonna do it, but then he found out he got the battle early. Nigga wasn't doing it, and that was that. Moving along. So this is how it shows you how much they believed in him. Because at this time, there's niggas who's viable niggas who've been on URL who never got Mook at that time. I don't even think Twerk battled that nigga by then. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was getting this nigga.
Only person that had Mook at that time was Rock.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody else, you wasn't just getting that battle. Hell no, right? So boom. Let's move it along. You know what I'm saying? This is a story, so grab your popcorn. You know what I'm saying? We working. So
it was supposed to be for that Drake card too.
Right, so it was supposed to be for that Drake card. So Eazy gets the battle with Hitman. He knows about the battle. You know what I'm saying? I kind of knew about it, but I didn't know about it until the day it came out, like the announcement and all that. He didn't let URL know about it.
It was like we heard.
Yeah, so people was like, oh, well, it rubbed URL away, and it was like, why he didn't tell them. I'm not telling them about a Hitman battle. Why would I tell y'all about it? I can't get Hitman over here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not even negotiating with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first risk. Is it worth leaving to get 3 million views? Absolutely, because look what it took him. He was on a fucking Super Bowl commercial, and a nigga that was been on URL been to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was a Super Bowl commercial. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. TV role, acting role, and I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is a good conversation.
Like the bubble, he was hot at that time.
He struck while the iron was hot.
Exactly.
Now, right?
He capitalized on everything. The Bel Air shit.
So Pete, right? Hold on. Let me get through this. So he takes the Hitman battle. He does phenomenal. It continues to open him up. Now, when he was doing it, see, this is the thing that I didn't like. When he first went over there to do the Hitman battle, there was a lot of niggas from URL there. There was a lot of them. They was there supporting him. They was on stage and everything.
Turner was mine too.
Right. Once the URL wasn't feeling that shit no more, you know what I'm saying? It drove a wedge in between. He was even in gun titles at the time, you know what I'm saying? Do I think he should have joined the rap crew? Probably not. But the hindsight being 2020, he's hot, Surf's hot at the time, Surf recruited him, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them things. He was fire at the time. So he leaves, he starts his own thing, you know what I'm saying? We know about all the extra drama and shit. It's not really what I care to get into today. He starts his own situation, you know what I'm saying? He had to go through a lot with that shit. Because when he was booking cars, they was pulling niggas off the cars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Again, he was supposed to fail.
He was.
Gotta run out the high when I play my music so the roof don't fall on me. Track so old, gotta run out the high when I play my music so the.
Everything was set up for him to fail. You know what I mean?
Not getting no help
pulling
from the
people
system.
off your car, you're not getting no help. Woody. So I feel like.
And I hope you lose.
Through it all, you know what I'm saying? Through all the battles, through everything that counts. When you ask the main question. When we lead back to the main question, because the main thing has to be the main thing. Says, looking back, do you think he made the right decision? He has 11.8 million views in 8 battles since leaving URL. He had 2.6 million reactions on the app. I don't even know how the fuck that's quantified. But he got 11.8 million views in 3 years since he left. Is that really a question?
I mean, that's not, the question. It's not even a question. It's like, do you think he made the smarter decision? Look at the math. Do the math.
I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
The math shows on itself. Like, yes, right. It works out for him. It worked out for him. Does he need to go back to URL? There's nothing that's giving any inclination that he should go back to URL other than battling Tay-Rock. Because that's the only way.
Let me ask you this.
He's not going back.
Win, lose, draw, flaw, up, down. Who's doing better than him in that time frame since they was there?
Well, we talk about
who was on URL when he was there and is doing better than him now?
No.
Whether got there before him or wanting to, like, who's doing better?
Nobody. Nobody. He was the spark. And once he left, everybody was searching for the next star. It was more like a scramble for the next star after that. Because Twerk was in that realm. Twerk wasn't the superstar that he was supposed to be. He was messing up around that time. So they was looking at Eazy because he just came off of the battle with Chess. They looking at him like, yo, you are the next inspiration. Like, you are the next URL guy. You about to be the new Smack Gunner. And he's like, well, it's going to cost money for me to be the Gunner. And they wasn't trying to pay me or going on YouTube. So he had to dip. Has there been anybody else since then? No. Everybody else was either already a star or somebody that was there that kind of blew up because Eazy the Block Captain left, i.e. Swamp.
He's doing good.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, they looked at him like the next star because he was there. You know what I mean? Then you had other cats where they was trying to look for him, but they wasn't giving them no type of good looks. Because remember, Stumbles, they was trying to put the battery in Stumbles back. Didn't work. They was trying to put the battery in Yada back. Didn't work.
Right.
There's anybody that came after him. That there was the whole top 6 movement where it was the top 6, but it ended up being 12 niggas. None of them are even remotely bigger stars than Eazy the Block Captain. The only person that is a URL guy or that came from URL and can still be consistently a URL guy that is a comparison to Eazy the Block Captain would be New Jersey Twerk.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's not like what other star? Because you're not gonna put.
But then, no, I wouldn't even do that because a lot of Eazy's first run and with URL and all that was a lot based on consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had won like all of them battles on the app. He wasn't losing. Then when he left the URL, he was still winning for a little minute. And none of his losses or what you want to persuade it to happened until it was an angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when the shit started. If he didn't have no angle, he'd probably still be. He probably still at 15. And if he had no drama and all that extra shit, he would have never had no. He would probably still be undefeated.
Right, like he would have been probably still cooking niggas.
If would have been was would have been, but would have been ain't. But what I will tell you, more importantly than his singular success, you know what I'm saying, which is paramount, because I feel like Butterfly gonna recap this, but I feel like it's pertinent that if you as an individual, as the catalyst or the focal point of your organization or situation or league, you got to be one that's winning, got to be exciting. Nobody's going to be fucking buying out no league where the league owner is fucking getting killed or he's not even good, right? Yeah. So, I'm saying that to say this. His development of talent in the trenches has been second to none. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about this however you want, whenever you want. Is he developing the best talent? Could he be? There's a lot of leagues that do it. I know you're into way more leagues and way more situations of who got what going on and watch this, that, and third. I'm going to be honest. I don't be watching a lot of this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know that, you know.
Just don't sleep on iBattle.
That's what I'm saying. I knew you was going to say, because that's what I said. You watch different leagues. You see a lot of talent. You know about a lot of these guys. And I know some of the cats, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people on iBattle. I know of this artist, that artist that's really good, that's doing their thing. Well, my man, CJ, that's my man over there. You know what I'm saying? He nice too, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy over there, you know what I mean? What he been doing? I gotta go watch CJ battle. You got Opera, you got the nigga, what's my man?
Come on.
Oh, man. Son nice too.
Authentic little brother. What are you talking about?
Not him. What's my nigga name, son? I'm drawing a blank right now, son. Oh, he battled in the shit in Virginia, son. The nigga.
Are you talking about Cash Kid or
not Los Cream? Los Cream nice too. Yeah. But the other nigga, the nigga who battled in Virginia, son. That's where I battled. He battled in Virginia.
Def the Kid?
Yeah, is that him? Yeah, he nice too.
Light skin boy? Yeah, Def the Kid, nice kid.
Yeah.
Def the Kid, nice.
You know, I was deaf to the kid, but now I'm back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he nice too. There's a lot of them over there that's nice though. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this, right? His development.
Yeah. You know King.
You know these guys. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drawing the black. I bet y'all run through some trenches. It won't take me a long time.
I can run down 5, the starting 5 for
it's taking me longer, you know what I'm saying? But I know the J Moores. I see that shit be right in my face, you know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga was wilding in them tournaments. King, I know that. We stood right in front of that shit, you know what I'm saying? He was wilding in them joints. Tex, you know what I'm saying? He done made himself. Shout out to Tex, first of all. I don't know, you subscribe to his YouTube channel? He got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right? He do the prison stories and all that shit.
Now I don't watch the prison.
I'm not a jail nigga, so I don't watch them. But I see the views, and they be doing just joints be doing numbers.
You don't have to be a jail nigga to be intrigued.
I'm a free nigga. Why do I care about you?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, the stuff I've been watching lately, I've been watching a lot of the mob stuff. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I'm not about to watch the niggas from Allegheny fighting the niggas from Chester. I don't care like that. It's not that. Even though it doesn't work for me, he's still doing a lot of views. His video 10, 15, 25, 35,000. What I'm saying is, he's telling, I've pressed play because my man. When as the videos come out, I press play, give him the view, let it play, and then I go on about my day. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. So how I knew about him, I watched some of the shit for 10, 15 minutes, talking about the fights and the story. His stories is really riveting. He'd be like, yo, it was beef, and then nigga got the fight and they got stabbed. He tells really good stories. Any nigga that been in jail for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, niggas tell the most elaborate stories.
Definitely.
Now, so he's doing this thing in that new regard, and then you got all of the other MCs there. You got the Zan, you got fucking all these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck Muwap to me, he one of them cats where if you play with him,
he's one of them.
He gonna make sure you never ever play with him.
I like Muwap. He's one of them guys that I say has a low floor but a high ceiling. The reason why I say that is I feel like his potential is out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like he really has the potential to do well. But when I say he's a low floor, I don't really like feel like he promotes himself well. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I follow him on Instagram and I be having to find, and I don't follow many people on Instagram because I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? I'm scrolling down my timeline. I got enough bullshit on Twitter. I'm definitely don't want it on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow many people. That's just my personal thing. I do more follow on Twitter and shit. So
same.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like my Instagram, my personal, you know what I'm saying? I don't really even post shit about battle rap on my Instagram. I'm gonna be honest with you. Battle rap don't own my Instagram. That's just me, right? So what I'm saying is I don't really be like seeing him like outwardly promoting like even the battles and shit. Like I don't know, I don't get it. Maybe he'll grow and develop into that. But what I'm saying is this: from where Eazy started at, way back tournament, right? If you told me the guy that you saw in the tournament versus Don Marino, you remember that shit way back then, right?
Yep.
Or Cortez or Danny Myers, take any one of them versions, would be who he is now. Without ever seeing any of it happen, would you have believed it happened?
I probably would have said, well, in the beginning, absolutely not.
So there, that right there lets everything that happened be worth it.
But I knew.
Once it started, we
covered it
too,
When we watched that Danny Battle, we was like,
yo. I put the Confederate flag in front of my trap house. It ain't been raided
once. I was like, I said, he got it. He got it.
And then he still has one of the best battles of the last 10 years with him versus Chess.
And the problem
is not one of the last. Is him versus Chess not one of the best battles of the last 10 years?
Well, the Gen Pop don't know about it.
But it doesn't matter. It's such a legendary battle that it ain't on YouTube. But we know how legendary it was. And if it ever made it to YouTube, that's 2-3 million views. That's still waiting to see.
Worst part about that battle, how good it was. If you dropped it on YouTube right now, it would gradually grow, but it's off of Eazy's name, not Chess's name. But Chess is the one who makes this battle. It still makes you want to watch that battle, but you gotta watch the battle on the paywall. If you were to be like, yo, one of the best Eazy the Block Captain's best battle on YouTube? No.
So, I think that as we continue on, you know what I'm saying? Having your own is something no one can ever take from you. You know what I'm saying? Anything else that someone gives you, whether it be opportunity can be taken from you. You know what I'm saying? Easy shit too. They you see how quick they're like, look. You know what I mean? To the point where it's like we don't even want the battle. You know what I mean? And then so when you build your own, it can't be taken from you. And speaking of building your own, we've got the trenches. Pray for my enemies. Eazy the Block Captain versus Swan Rosenberg Raw versus True Folk. Coffee Brown versus Bonnie Godiva. Ace Amin versus Jay Moore. Danny Myers versus King. Riggs versus Jay Murder. Snake Eyes versus Tex Sago. And Dre Majesty versus Presidential Dubs. This is an actually really good card that really needs More talking about May 4th at the TLO complex, 1625 Cecil B. Mo, Philadelphia. That's up north. Yeah, that's north side. Riding around the Temple way. Up there north. Yeah, up that way.
We was up north last time, but yeah,
up north,
this Cecil B.
It's Cecil B.
We good. We kind of good. Just don't go.
Don't go too
black.
Scepter's up there still. Shout out to Philly. I love Philadelphia a lot. That's the one thing that people don't know. Like, I got a lot of love for and a lot of love in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got where you from, and then if I was from somewhere else, I'd probably be from a city like that. Because the niggas is like that out there. I love Philadelphia. What's up?
Man, listen, shout out to the city of Philly, man. I had to, go to a funeral this weekend. It's rough out there. Had a funeral. Had to say rest in peace to my godmother.
Yes, rest in peace. Yes.
Yeah, but the best part about that funeral, there's two things that I figured out in Philly. One, the funeral was in SP, so anytime I go back home, I'm back in the trenches. It's all love and stuff like that. But then I found out that a league owner, who I'm not naming, he was a league owner, but I was looking at this battle like, yo, I know him from somewhere. Come to find out, he was at my godmom's funeral. That's my cousin.
You know what I mean? Just running them over every day.
Listen, you should have let me know. I'm just, I ain't gonna tell you what league owner it is, and no, it's not one of the bigger ones, but
Right.
That's definitely cuz, though. That's definitely cuz. But what I say that is, when you have these battles in Philly, there's gonna be a different vibe. So when we judging and when we making these predictions, we looking at, or I don't want to say we, like, Uncle Phil, who's we? But I'm saying, for me personally, the way that I'm judging these battles or how I'm predicting these battles, I'm looking at where we are and the environment that we in, not necessarily in all of the bars or how they're gonna project. It's how the crowd will take, how they will take on the opponent for these guys.
Yeah, I'll start with. I'm gonna just get into it. You know what I'm saying? I'll get into a couple bad. We can do a prediction on everything. You know what I'm saying? We'll start with Dre Majesty versus Presidential Dubs. My personal opinion, Dre Majesty, one of the guys on the trenches who I like. To me, he needs to start getting some more signature wins. You know what I'm saying? He needs to start winning the battles that's in front of him to try to get off the bottom of the card. I've seen King transition himself, and you see people's names start moving up because you start to become an entity. You know what I'm saying? If he goes into this year right here and starts having all these trenches cards and there's no movement, instead of upwards, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a good performances. Don't come and have a battle and it's debatable with Presidential Dubs, who I've seen their cards on URL cards, PG cards,
for years.
10 years ago.
For years.
10 years ago. Yeah. 2017, 2018.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he battle Brooklyn Carter on like We Go Hard? Like, it was a long time ago. I do remember this.
So he's been around forever, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with being around forever. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bronx, because he's from uptown too. But my thing is this. A nigga that wants to be somebody can't beat somebody who's been here forever and is pretty much where they're at. Because the thing about battle rap, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, in certain regards to sports. When you get to a certain level and you've been there for 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you're not going to just shoot the superstar status all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? There's certain MCs that just been around for a while. They're going to be around. They're going to get battles. They're going to have careers. I don't want to disrespect anybody. But you know that they're not going to jump to Summer Madness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't happen because you're where you are and you're kind of fixated there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, because you ain't gonna say no names, but I will. To me, you're either going to be Cortez, who is always respected. He's not gonna be like, he ain't gonna be on the top of the card. He's not gonna main event. But when Cortez is on there, you know he ain't finna play. Then you have cats like X Factor. Do I have to say more? He's been around, a legend. He's had a lot of battles, but. Are we like, yo, I can't wait to see X Factor battle? No. So if you Presidential Dubs, sir, you might want to get out of that realm. Like, you got to get out of that. You become the legend, but you not respected
Yeah, not to the
Further,
point. Yeah,
not to the point.
I personally got Dre Majesty with a 2-1 in that one. He better win. I'm gonna say he better.
He better win. Not the last time we saw Dre Majesty, that boy was cooking. He had all 3 rounds. So if you did that last time, I'm gonna need you to be that the same way this time around. You cook up the way that you did this time, you might move up on the card. That's all. I'm with you. Next battle up, we got Snake Eyes versus Tex.
Surprisingly, I do have Snake Eyes winning this battle 2-1. Not really surprisingly, I just feel like Tex is good. You know what I'm saying? I got no issue with him. I like Tex, and he's going to see this, and I hope it motivates him. But Snake Eyes works harder to get further. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been on cards with Rum Nitty and all this other shit. And, you know, regardless of what I've ever may have said about him joking or whatever, or in joking or whatever the case may be, because I really don't give a fuck. But when it comes to talent, talent is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the battles that he has, even if you feel like he won or lost, he's always going to give it an effort. He don't be up there choking. He don't be up there stumbling. He going to definitely bring some energy, and he's going to promote. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I felt like Texas had some good battles. I didn't feel like the battle versus Riggs, I don't feel like he won. I feel like Riggs got that one. But if Tex is who he was in some of his earlier joints, like I liked him versus Jay Moore and shit like that, if he's really in that bag and making shit really impactful, it could be a dogfight. But if I'm being respectful out of the what I've seen in the last 6 to 8 months, I'm gonna go with a little bit more experience than I got on Snake Eye. Now, if Tex go up there and win, which I want to happen, I'll call it like that. But I'll be lying if I said I didn't think so.
I ain't gonna call. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna say that I think Texaco is not gonna win this battle. I do believe that he is gonna win this battle because I believe he does want to win this battle a little bit. I'm
sure. I hope he does.
Tex also gives me the vibe because he's from the city. So like Tex give me that vibe that he don't like a lot of this talking, like all that extra talking, all that rah. I'm not for that. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Now it gets to the point now where Tex has to show and prove. It's not, we know you nice. So now how can this talking cease? You gonna have to smoke him, not 1, not 2, but all 3 of those rounds. I believe Texaco is going to lyrically be better in 2 out of those 3 rounds. Snake Eyes is going to give me a lot of the jail references. I'm not gonna catch a lot of those. Right. Texas, he's gonna do a lot of Texas, and I already he said before I said, hey yo, I already know how he's gonna say go. My killers will shoot you before they say go. I know that. You know what I'm saying? It depends, cause where are we at?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And when he's in these type of when Snake Eyes be in these type of hostile environments, he don't be getting the love that he think he do.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Texas. You gonna go with Snake Eyes? That's fine. Next up, you got Riggs versus Jay Murder. Jay Murder the dude.
Riggs, kind of the same. I can retort some of the same sentiments that I had in correspondence to a Dre Majesty, but just on a more advanced level, as far as like being around longer, bigger. Current profile as far as the battles that he's been having, the ones he's been winning, and the shit he's been doing. His last battle was just against Bad News. He did exceptional in that. Yeah. Jay Murder been around forever, kind of like the same run of the mill type deal. Some of these, I'm not gonna lie, some of these opponents that Eazy be getting for some of these guys, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing about Jay Murder personally, but I feel like as far as advancement goes, some of these battles are really becoming. Riggs better win. Like if Riggs is who he says he is, he shouldn't be up here losing to Jay Murder. At this point in his career, that's all I'm saying.
2 years ago, it was 2 years ago. I remember watching Riggs 30, J Flash.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking. Yeah, Slash.
J Slash. My bad when I said J. Pardon me, but. After that, we thought the RBE stood for Riggs beating everybody. But apparently, Riggs can get beat because he lost to Snake Eyes. So, with that being said, Riggs is going to have that chip on his shoulder. You were supposed to not win, but overwin versus Bad News. And from what I'm understanding, the way that battle went, you did good. You did all right. But, you had the low-hanging fruit, and you decided to go vegan. In this battle versus Jay Murder, there is no angle, there is nothing. The only thing that you can do in this battle, Riggs, is rap. And I do believe that you are a better rapper than Jay Murder. Jay Murder is more performance. He's going to be heavy on the aggressive side, but he also has a couple of them bars too. Right. But just don't think for a second Jay Murder ain't the one to pop you in the mouth too. So, but I'm gonna go with Riggs. But I would not be surprised if Jay Murder came out of this.
Nah, I got Riggs went a little bit more clear than you say, but we'll see. You know, it is what it is. Next joint, you got Danny Myers versus King. Lyrically, Danny can channel and get into some really dope, sets of material. He's been around for a while. If anybody has the mentality or the brain power to get with a young MC that's as quick and as flashy as King is, as far as with bars and the way he puts lyricism together, it would be Danny Myers, or it could be Danny Myers, because I know that he takes pride in bringing smoke to younger MCs. He does. He takes pride in that. I promise. He don't like losing. He don't like losing in general, but he definitely likes to show, well, that's the guy that y'all think is all of that. Watch me get him. Now the problem is King wants it more right now. You know what I'm saying? Danny's nice. I've been watching Danny forever. I'm gonna forever be a fan of his, but King wants that shit today, now. You know what I'm saying? He won the tournament. I can't believe somebody that won the tournament is gonna turn around and start losing battles. And I don't think he's gonna start losing to Danny Myers. So I like Danny Myers and what he does, and I hope he takes his motivation, but I got King 2-1 clear.
This is that backyard brawl with the old head up the street that be talking shit, and he always be beating up everybody else down the street. He always be trying to bully everybody, but then, you got the young boy who just came up, and now he's 18, 19, or whatever age, and he's tired of the old head slapping him up. He's tired of the old head making fun of it. You already been disrespectful. This is that backyard brawl that you kind of want to see. Cause you already know the old head done took a couple lumps. You know what I'm saying? Right. He done got knocked out before, but this is more of a passing of the torch. Now you can roam the streets. Now you can lead his block. Now you can walk around. You know what I'm saying? You got some room to talk some shit. Why? Cause you just beat OG up the block. Right. This is that type of battle. Another thing is too, this is also the easy trajectory that King also has too, because Eazy the Block Captain was in a tournament, but he did not win the tournament. This is the difference. King actually went through a tournament and he won. After the tournament, who did Eazy the Block Captain get next? Right. Cortez. After he showed and proved that he did very well against Cortez, who did he get next after that? Danny Myers. I made that comparison just to say that Eazy is paying attention to the people that he's trying to, I don't like saying groom, but you understand what I'm saying. He's trying to put these niggas through his own type of gauntlet. If King can survive this battle, which I know he will, I do believe I got King 2-1. The next battle for King has to be the top of the food chain. I think it needs to be a sparring match between King and Eazy the Block Captain.
Probably won't be later than sooner, because Eazy's got this whole thing where he's only battling the bigger names with some of the, what I'm saying, he's taking swamp in this regard, and we'll talk about that later, but I don't see him battling any of those guys in the trenches anytime soon. But let's keep it moving. Ace Amin versus Jay Moore. Shout out to Ace Amin and Jay Moore. Now, when Jay Moore is an MC, been around for a minute too, but I like the way he's repositioned, his stock, his brand, he started a while ago. I remember him from like way back, 17, 18. He's been one that's been around that long. I've seen him in events that we were so far in like country towns, like trying to find a way in battle rap, what I mean? And I've always respected his ability, his punches, his entertainment, what he's done. He has some things off the court, like situations, whether legal, shit like that coming up. And, he definitely found his way. You know what I mean? And to see him on the trenches, see him on cars doing his thing now, I think it's pretty dope. He's battling Ace Amin, who, to me, came in with a nice spark, had flashes of potential, but he definitely is consistently inconsistent. Like, he chokes in a lot of battles. He doesn't get through a lot of his material. He's got some really ugly battles, like the one versus, whether it be, what was it, Swamp, he had an ugly battle. He had an ugly battle not too long ago versus True Foe. That was a horrible battle. And, he just consistently doesn't get through his material. But I say the reason why is because he raps too fast. You know what I'm saying? The gun dump, I undump, the undump, make it the machine, the metal off. You're meddling. It'll get everything that metals in because you're meddling. Like that shit, you rapping too fast. You can't keep control of your material. You know what I'm saying? When you rapping fast as hell, it's easy to stutter. It's easy to choke. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Jay Moore gets through 3 rounds of material. He probably wins all 3 rounds. I'm just saying. I
got Jay Moore winning this battle too. Yeah.
You got Ace winning any rounds? I can't pick Ace to win a round because I can't pick Ace to get through a round. That's the reason why. We'll just leave it there. Like, I know what am I doing?
I'm not. I mean,
what round can I pick and say he gonna get through definitively
the
for
round.
$100?
I guess the round that he
Bet me $100 he makes it through one of them rounds.
I hope so.
Okay.
Well,
Pick one.
I mean, whatever round.
Let's bet 25.
We can do. We can do normal. But I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
we just do the normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it would be for Ace. I mean, to get through a round, it's whatever round that he explains the situation and how it occurred. And
oh
you know
yeah, so he might be able to. I forgot about that.
Might be able to get.
He might have a little round.
But Jay Moore is lyric.
I forgot. You might get a little flame for that. I forgot.
But Jay Moore is definitely gonna be more consistent.
He's gonna be way more
bars.
consistent. That's the problem. He's gonna be way more consistent. He's gonna have way more. But Ace does have an angle. Yeah. He has a ace up his sleeve per se. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you did there.
I saw it. It was available. He does have a trick. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he can like position that bars and he can probably steal around. But overall, I got Jay Moore. I still got Jay Moore.
Yeah, I got Jay Moore. Yeah.
I'm trying to wiggle and make it down. It ain't nothing. Coffee versus Bonnie Godiva. I got Coffee winning.
Yep. Keep it going.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I got Coffee winning.
Yeah, I got Coffee, bro.
Next battle. What's up? What you got? Well, let me know what you got.
Rosenberg Raw versus True Foe. And once again, this is another one of those battles where we get to see who really wants to win. Rosenberg Raw, are you an analyst? Are you just a blogger? Are you just a commentator? Or are you still able to get back in that bag? You're going up against True Foe, who is not as consistent, but as of yet, he has been consistently consistent. He did have a really good battle with A-Ward. Some people got him winning the battle against A-Ward.
That was a really good battle. That was a really. You didn't like it?
I'm saying. I'm trying to see if I would have A-Ward winning the battle, but it was a fight.
It could be called both. But that was definitely for him to even have a dog fight with A-Ward. This is A-Ward we're talking about.
I'm saying.
And it wasn't no bad A-Ward either. That was a really good fucking battle, man. I think when I watched it, I think I kind of edged that shit to True Foe. That bitch was fire, man. That motherfucker. He said, because I know the bars is fire when I remember them right now. You know what I'm saying? He said some shit like killing him. He said something about. He said that True Foe had got shot twice and the third time's the charm or some shit like that. And the nigga True Foe rebutted that shit. He said, I know it's a soldier. He said, I'm a smoke and I roll you in a 4-leaf clover. I said, oh my God. He said some shit to rebuttal the third. He said, yeah, the third time's the charm. So when I smoke you, I'm going to roll you in a 4. I said, oh man. He showed some real talent that night. I was really impressed by True Foe. But anyway.
I think I'm going to go with Rosenberg Raw for the experience. I think that this is one of them battles where if I count him out, he really going to put foot to ass. So I'm going to say True Foe going to beat Rosenberg Raw, but deep down, I think Rosenberg Raw is going to get this battle.
Yeah. I haven't spoken to Frozen in a little minute. He got mad at me when I blogged about the Hitman shit.
Yeah.
But he blogged about me for like a whole hour and a half when I had the Uncle Rod shit. So I'm like, that should be whack. You can't be mad at me for shit that you'll do to me.
He did that shit. He guilty as fuck. He guilty as fuck. I told you. He guilty as fuck.
Does that mean he's guilty?
He guilty as fuck. I told you.
It comes into the battle with True Foe. True Foe's coming off a great battle with A-Ward. This is a battle that Froze needs to win.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say he needs to win. I could have the 1-1 going into the third and not feel no type of way about it. I will give True Foe the advantage as far as like having an angle, because I know he's going to use the whole shit with the Hitman and all. He's definitely going to use all that. He will. He's going to use it, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure. He'll have his own angles, but Froze will have his own angles too, you know what I'm saying? So you can give me 2-1, toss of a coin, you know what I'm saying? Exciting battle. I got a 2-1 either way. I'll have to see it when it happens, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no dog in the fight. I will want to see it, you know what I'm saying? I think they both got bars, they both can get down and shit like that. But, I think that in Philly, in that doghouse, you know what I'm saying, them in each other's face being able to go back and forth, I think it should be good.
I think it's going to be, I don't know, it has the potential of being battle of the night because of and that's no disrespect, because of the low ceiling. You get what I'm saying? Like, you kind of don't expect either one of them to
like
cook up.
Go crazy.
Yeah, but then come to find out they both go crazy, this could be that battle. Like I said, another, like, I would think Danny and King is going to be the easy battle of the night. Like, that's going to be the war. But I also see this Rosenberg Raw and True Foe battle actually being a little bit closer, and I think it's going to be better on
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, 2-1 either way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, even if I ain't supposed to him or some stupid shit,
Yeah.
I don't got an issue. I like your battles, you know what I'm saying? I'm still watching, whatever the case may be. But like I said, I keep it that way with like all the battle raps. See, the thing is, if I don't pick and choose what I talk about, and I talk about everything, it's never a problem. You know what I'm saying? So like, when anybody's issue comes down the street, okay, I'll talk about this. And I joke a lot, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of times I know it be my tone. I be joking and shit. Motherfuckers take that shit offensively.
Yeah.
I say a nigga sat in the middle seat, it gonna cause a whole riot. You know what I'm saying? So I know it be me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, so I be having to watch that shit, but I don't.
I'm about to say don't. Why?
I don't, because I really don't give a fuck. But
like,
nah, I think they can have
get mad at the messenger, but the message.
I'm like crazy. It'd be like, yo, this person got shot and he pulled out a gun and he did. But why you talking about it?
You talking about it?
You ain't shoot the
You
nigga,
ain't
so
gangster.
you
You a civilian. What you talking this case out? Listen.
But let's get to the final joint.
Main
Eazy the
event.
Block Captain versus Swamp. What's up, man? What's your thoughts?
Hey man, I'm still ain't going against the home team, dog. I'm still not. You can call us Philly biased or whatever. I mean, you could say I'm part of the E Hive. I ain't never been part of the E Hive. Am I a fan of Eazy the Block Captain? Absolutely. But did he invite me to the fan club? No. He's told me multiple times that he's hating me. So, with that being said, that doesn't make me sway to like, oh well, because Eazy hate me now, Swamp is gonna cook you. No. There are a couple of factors that I am looking at as this being a safer battle for Eazy the Block Captain. Only because Swamp is not a big angler. He'll make a joke. He'll have a really good pun.
Right.
You know, like depending on what you drinking. I'm usually a yak nigga, but tonight I want Ribby. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he'll say some slick shit like that, but he's not a nigga, your chick is this and you is a snitch. Like I never see Swamp getting that type of bag. So I also don't see this battle going more personal. I actually see this battle actually being more of a lyrical warfare because both of them talk that drug talk that I like. You know what I'm saying? Even though I be civilian, drug talk is, you know, it can go a long way. You know, drugs been around since Hogan. So when you talk about stuff like that, like we talk about how it was weed and we talk about the scale, we talk about the fiends, we talk about serving the blocks and stuff like that, and how your packs was better than your pack. I like that for this battle. If it ain't no round, it don't give me none of that. It don't give me no catty bullshit. If it is, it's gonna get out in the open in the first round. We already know the angles that can be said towards Swamp. Other than the main angle that I haven't heard that much, you know what I'm saying? Like even though it's a very obvious angle, but don't nobody say nothing about it, so I keep it moving. But for him, you know, yeah.
Okay.
But because of that thing, it's not going to me. I don't think this battle is going to go the way that it's to me. I think it's going to help the progression of battle rap versus set us back with some catty bullshit. That's what I'm saying. The last few Eazy battles have been related to catty bullshit. The only one to me that's within these last 5 battles to me was like more entertaining, but yet it was kind of still on it, was the Charlie Clips battle, but Eazy lost. I'm just saying.
So here's the deal. It's like this. So they definitely had their back and forth, you know what I'm saying? I did peep that, where it was going back and forth, talking their shit to promote the battle, whatever the case may be. Eazy the Block Captain, last time I saw him battle in Philly was the Ill Will battle. That level, I feel like, is good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes good enough is good enough. And the reason being is, the best levels of Swamp that I've seen do not supplant the best levels of Eazy that I've seen.
Correct.
And I'm taking battle for battle, like bar for bar battles and shit like that. And the reason why I call it big stage bars, having those impactful moments. Have I seen Swamp have them? Yeah, I've seen him have a couple of good joints in the chess battle. But some of his biggest joints, I remember from battles that weren't recent. You know what I'm saying? I can hit a nigga with your fitted cap from 100 yards, no cap. It's so weak. I know a nigga from where they at in my house from how the flow creep. I know some impactful shit, but I need more of that shit that I remember. Now, he's been doing phenomenal recently. His battle with Chess, I felt like it was good, but I felt like Chess got that one, you know what I'm saying? Whether they be biased or tried. I'm from the Bronx, fuck it, I roll with mine. But even though, you know, if Chess didn't win, I would tell you he didn't. But I felt like if Chess got all 3 rounds, he's one of them niggas that he from that twerk tribe. Then they got all 3 rounds. Twerk from that Chess tribe. He got all 3. It's gonna be hard to beat.
To help you,
but
I was about to say to help you sway it.
to finish it was. So you got Swamp. He's been doing really good recently. You know what I'm saying? He's had a battle with Chess. He's done joint with Verb, etc., etc. I just feel like Swamp in Philly. Now he'll translate. You know, there's real niggas everywhere. People will respect his bars and like what he's got going on. But I just feel like it's gonna be a little bit harder to beat Eazy the Block Captain in Philadelphia. I've seen other people try to do it and not do it. You know what I'm saying? So can it happen? Absolutely. Will he have? I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna throw it to you so we can finish it. Right? I feel like he has a better chance now than he would have had 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or 8 months ago. Definitely a year ago we wouldn't even be talking about this.
Right.
But 8 months ago, 6 months ago, the gap is not closing all the way. It's just Swamp is doing better things to ramp his name up. He's doing better in battles. He beat Verb on the fucking Chrome 23 joint. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely doing more, etc., etc. Eazy just had his last battle. Like, was it Shotgun Sugar? That was the last joint? Okay. Shotgun Sugar, he didn't win that battle. I be hearing him too.
What you said?
Eazy's last battle.
Eazy didn't win the battle.
Yeah, he did not.
Right.
Versus Shotgun Sugar.
Right.
He did not win versus Shotgun Sugar.
No, he did not.
He did not win versus Charlie Clips. You know what I'm saying? So when we roll back some of these battles, and I know he'll tell you he never lost a battle.
Right.
But I'm not him.
Everything we're about to say is just our overall view of the situation. Don't take any of this and try to use it against the show. But I say all that to say, that nigga crazy. Yeah.
He was him in the battle. We watched the battle.
Yo, my man, I never forget the story. My man, the cameraman, said he got fired. He said he never got another call because he jumped on my camera and said that the nigga lost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh damn, yeah, I know you're talking about that. I remember you talking
that
about
shit. Nigga from the fucking shit. He's actually the nigga that shoot for for niggas down. What were you doing? You let the nigga go. That's like Saquon. You let the nigga go down.
Yo, I'm like, wait. As soon as I saw the name, I was like, AJ. Spot him, shot him.
So that nigga was. I met him at the trenches joint with Battle Geechee. Jumped on my camera and said he lost.
Yep.
And nigga said he never got another call back. Now he doing the TBS.
He got the hoodie and everything too.
Yeah, he bought the hoodie and all, and still got clipped. So I had him losing battles before, but in this one, I think it'll be really closer than people think it is.
Yeah.
I gotta still lean it to Eazy 2-1.
Yeah.
It's closer. Now, the reason why I got an issue is because I shouldn't even be calling his battles this close. You know what I'm saying? As far as like with a battle. Because you got to think, when he was at that same level that was at in the beginning of this conversation, this type of battle wouldn't have even been on the table for him.
The funny part is, to sway you, you know, to stay on the Eazy train. You think of Swamp and his best material, right? The best material that Swamp has given. There's only one person that is of high ranking, of high level, that you could make a comparison to Eazy the Block Captain's, as far as his battles, right? The best Swamp. When you was talking about the Flow Creek, I know that. Do you know that was versus Luke Castro? Was that Luke Castro?
It might have been. I
think it was Luke Castro. You know what I'm saying? And then the other one where the most famous one is the one where it's the black and white background. Who was he battling there? Your Honor. So it's not like when you think of these battles versus like Swamp's best material, it was versus somebody who ain't like that. When I look at Eazy's great material, we're looking at Eazy versus Chess. When we're looking at Eazy's great material, we're looking at Eazy versus Hitman. What do you say? You let her take the shot, but you ain't put the ring on that. there's things that Eazy has had in his best material. Even him versus Danny Myers. Danny Myers is of a higher quality than a Your Honor and a Luke. Like, it's just that. So when I look at star power and how we're talking about, as far as star power and the material going towards the star, the only person that Swamp has given A-level material versus a high-level star, T-Rex. That's the only one. So if Swamp can give us what he gave versus T-Rex for Eazy, yes, Eazy the Block Captain is in trouble. I don't see that. I got Eazy the Block Captain 2-1.
I had more of an edge, and Swamp can't win. Let's get it twisted. If I had more, if I had to put it on a parlay, I'll put Swamp on something to win some too. I'll give him some, and I'll put a Swamp on, and I'll put Eazy on the next one. But close. I think it'll be close, sir.
It'll be a good bet.
But I think Eazy needs to win. I do know that. He needs to win more than, Swamp needs to win 2, but Eazy needs to win 2-2. You know what I'm saying? So 2 and 2-2. But other than that, 2. Gone.
I mean, right now he 4-4. You know what I'm saying? Eazy got the Wendy's deal right now. He 4-4.
I'm out of here.